Hi guys, welcome to the Clover Academy. We are going to integrate Cassandra NoSQL database with the Springboot 3.2 version. Let's get into the session, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we are going to integrate Cassandra. Cassandra is a NoSQL database which we are going to integrate with the Springboot 3.2 version. So Cassandra is you can use in multiple use cases where if you need to store meta kind of information like product information can use we can go for NoSQL Db, and we can use session kind of information or TTL time to live object we can store in the NoSQL Cassandra database, or we can use to store like semi-structured or unstructured data can be semi-structured data can be stored in Cassandra database, right? It's a non-relational database. It's not a relational database. It's a non-relational database. It is an open source. It is from Apache product, right? And we are going to integrate with the Spring Boot 3.2 version. So Cassandra can be installed in multiple ways, like a Docker image, or we can download the Cassandra and then we can install it in your virtual machine. But I'm going to run a Docker image. So Docker, I already have a Docker. This is a Docker image. So since I already installed, it will not pull the image. Otherwise, it will pull the image. So I'm just running this Docker. So yeah, it's running. So error response. So I think Docker is already running. Docker ps. I need to stop that. Docker stop, and then id. We can give the id. It will stop that current container, and then we can run this command again. Sorry, docker ps. Yeah, no container is running, so we can just copy this line and then put it back. There are two windows opening. We can close both. You can open new window. Yeah, it's running. So like docker ps started, and only thing is we want to running docker SQL Cassandra query language, where we can create a schema, table, and everything we can create, right? Document you can say, or table we can say. So now still it's not running. Docker ps. So docker Cassandra demo. Cassandra demo. The demo still it's not coming. Cassandra running this image name. Skills Singapore 4.0.7. It's not working. Cassandra demo. Yeah, now it's connecting. Sometime it will not connect Docker, so now it's connecting to SQLize. So we can just clear SQLs console now. So now we are going to run this. We have to create a schema. So I'm just going to create, that's called key space. That's called a key space, the database name. We have to create a database. That's not schema, database. We are going to create a database called Cloud4 Academy. It's already there. So we can say Cloud4 Academy demo. So this is a database name. This is a database name. This is a line to create a database name. So we can create that. You can go to we can copy this line, complete line. We can create a database. You can go to the console and copy. Yeah, database is created, and then now we are creating the table. We can create like a product, right? Under inside product, price, id, name, description, image, price. So with this data we can create a product, right? Paste anyway. Invalid server Cloud Academy does not exist. Sorry, we have to use this exact name. So database name dot this, and copy, and then we can paste it. Yeah, table is created, and now we are going to insert the data. One record I'm going to insert. It's like a normal SQL query we can use, like it's SQL format, right? We can use that format. So, and also we can use a console, we can use a UI. I will tell you how we can use interface. So now data is inserted. We can use select query, select star from Glow4 Academy dot product. So if you enter semicolon, enter, see it's displaying the records, right? So we can display the we can go there and we can go there and install Cassandra UI. If we search like this, you'll get install Cassandra UI documentation. So now this is Cassandra documentation. This is recommended UI. Windows trial simple steps. We can use this Windows installation. So I have UI. How to GUI? You can get this URL. GUI you can use in Cassandra. Like you can copy this URL. So Razor SQL, you can use this one actually. So if you type like Cassandra GUI client, we can get this URL. GUI, you can get this URL, right? If you type this, you can get this URL, and you can use Cassandra SQL editor, Cassandra database browser. We can go to Cassandra database browser, click here and Windows download. Once we downloaded, we can get URL like this. So we can download the link and install it. Once we installed, we can get Cassandra. I can go there. Or we can GUI. You can go to type Cassandra. I have already installed. So Cassandra, or we can install it. You can go here, browser, Windows download, 64-bit. Download link, and it will download that. We can go to downloader. Download. This is the Razor exe. We already downloaded. So once you downloaded, install for all users. It's already installed. So you can try like Razor. I think Razor I can try because I already installed Razor. Yeah, it's Razor SQL. See this SQL. If you open, this is a GUI user interface where we can run the query like normal SQL editor. We can run the query and everything. So purchase later. Okay, so now we can connect the database. You can connect the database, profile name, Cloud4 Academy, admin, password and everything you can give. And then this is no need to configure anything, just name the profile name and password, login and the password is admin. Once you given, and then just connect it. It will connect. Once you connect it, you will get the console. Yeah, it's connected. See now what here we cannot create the database, but we can view only access, only read only access. We can do that. See now this database we have created this, right? So this database is showing here, and we can run the query as well. Select star from the query. This query you can run this. Cloud4 Academy product. You can run this. You can run this. See this query is displaying the data. I already opened one thing. I can close that. Exit ratio. Right, so we are seeing that this is a GUI. We can view the data and all the queries. We can fire that, right? And then I'm going to configure the Springboot. I already installed Springboot initializer. I created a project with this dependency Cassandra and Spring Web. Right, I imported the project I imported. So these are the dependencies I have added. So Spring Starter Lambok is used for getter setter, so that you can ignore that one. If you want, you can add it, right? So these are the dependencies, and I'm going to create a repository. Just you can go here, Cassandra repository you can create, and Cassandra repository Okay, I just already created Cassandra repository. Extend Cassandra repository. We can extend this. Sorry, this interface. This is an interface. Cassandra repository interface we'll create. First we have to create the repository, right? So to access the database, so any database to access, we need to use right repository we have to create, right? So that's what I'm creating, Cassandra repository. This is the ORM concept. Extends Cassandra repository and then import that, and product, we can create a product we can create. So I'm going to create a product entity. So entity, to store the database we have to create a class, right, called product. I created. You can create product with this ID product, and here you can give primary key string, and primary key we can give like this, and then this table we have to use the table annotation. So this is the entity, right? It will bind the table. All the fields will be binding with this database with the table, right? So this is no argument constructor. This is for just for Lambo, generating the get receptor will automatically generated. That's the reason we are using this Lambo. It's imported. Yeah, imported that, and then we have to create repository, and then finally we have to create manager class, but I'm keeping all the logics inside the controller itself, right? I'm going to create a controller, Cassandra risk controller. I'm creating Cassandra risk controller. I'm creating that Cassandra risk controller. Inside the Cassandra risk controller, I'm copying all this logic which I have already written. So I'm just copying this logic. So this is a CRUD operations. So we can do all the CRUD operations: fetch, update, delete, and read. Right? Fetch all, update, insert, and delete. So all these CRUD operations, I have written that. So product repository. This is product repository. No, Cassandra repository. Just given Cassandra repository, and get mapping. You can import all the parameters. So this is a REST API. It's a simple REST API I have written. So this will get all the products. So it will find the repository.find all. So repository, you can check the logic we have not written. No method is not required. Only one out of the box method I am just writing. Find by name. So this is also not required, I guess. Find by name also not required. It will automatically fetch from out of the box. But I am just writing this method. Yes. So this method is not required. But anyway, I just put this method, and then risk controller. We can give all for the repository.find all. It will find all the products and return. And this is based on the product ID. It will fetch that. If you give the product ID, it will fetch. This optional. Sorry. So this is optional. So get product ID dot optional product list it will run, and get post mapping. This is a post method. This will create the product. This will use it to create the product. So the body, request body is product VO. I'm going to create another class called product VO. So this is passing from the postman as a input parameter. It's a body parameter. That's why I'm calling parameters. I have created this VO. This VO is contain all the properties. So if I go to REST controller, so this product VO is a body parameter with JSON structure we are passing, and this JSON structure will directly install into the database, right? That's what we are doing. And put mapping is update method. We are sending the update JSON structure which will update into the database, and then this update method REST API, and then delete it. Will just delete that if you are passing the ID. Delete. These are the normal Spring Boot REST APIs. So we are using that to delete, update, and fetch and fetch all. Right. So these methods we are using. Right. This right. repository methods. Now we have created a simple application repository, and then product entity, annotate the table annotation, and then the REST control, right? This REST control I'm using. Now I'm going to run this actually. So I created the database already, and created the table as well, product table. So I'm going to create, first I'm going to create that actually. So create, I'm just using this method called create, and we can use this method create structure. I have already given this structure. We can give this structure, we can give this structure. So like id something like 5 and kid shoes uh, pink color, pink color, pink color, and I'm just giving $700 shoes iPhone pink. I'm giving like this. So I'm just going to click this. So create API, this method will get called create. This is a method I have written for creating this data into the Cassandra database. I'm running this. Yeah, there is a error, could not send the request. We have not started the application. And another thing is we have to entry is missing. So I have to start. I have to change the application or property file. So I already created here application or property. So this is the one application I have already copied once again. So this is the property for connecting the Cassandra database properties. We have to use that, and host name and port number. So these things we have to use connection details, and then we have to create another one is config. We have to create that config class. I missed out, so we have to create config class Cassandra config. If you create that, then we can go here Cassandra config. I can just copy this class bean class here. So the key namespace is Cloud Academy demo, and the config class is Cloud Academy demo. It's a database name. We have to give the database name. SQL session we have to create this way. Once we created, then we can start the application. So this configuration very important. So to create the session object. Yeah, now it started. I'm just going to run this create product. It will create the product in it. Yeah, product is not found. Okay. Yeah, just change the method is post and then running that. Yeah, product is not found. Create product. So just let me fix this. I ordered the REST control annotation. Just that is missing. That's why it's not working in the REST controller. And then I'm running this method. Yeah, still not found. I restarted the servers and then just running this. Now it will work. Yeah, it's created. We can check the database. We can go there and fire the query. You can fire the query here, and then you can check that. See, it's created kids pink color and $700, and then pink color kids shoe.pink is created, right? Now I'm going to run products method. So this product method will fetch all the products which are available. See, it's running all the products, is fetching that. It's working. This API is working. Now the product and product ID I'm giving, so that will work. We will check product ID / product ID. I'm giving this product ID, so only this product ID will display. Okay, this API also is working. Now after that I'm going to delete this. I'm going to run the delete method. This is delete, and I'm going to here delete product. This product ID will be deleted. Sending. It's not method, and you have to use delete method. Delete, running that. Yeah, that is deleted. Now you can check how many records are there. If you run this, only one record, right? This record I'm going to modify 1110 1110. Now I modified this data, and I'm going to update this. This update method. Yeah, update method also update. Yeah, we have to use like put method, and it will call update is called. So success now. Update also success. So now we can check update method is inserted or not. Query. See, this method is updated. Mentioned 1000 price and mentioned small. This is how we have to integrate the Cassandra with the Spring Boot. And thank you for watching and listening. We are looking forward to join your Cloud for Academy.